Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This past week, so from January 1st to the 7th, was my very first week ever in my Hobonichi Cousin. So I thought I would do a little flip through and a tour. I do still plan on editing and uploading like where I set everything up. So hopefully I will have that soon. It's just, I'm too excited to show and share thoughts and get feedback from y'all. So I thought I would go ahead and do this first. These are all stickers from my shop. A lot of these are like B grades that I just didn't want to go to waste, so I just went ahead and used those up. I have some more here, and then here I'm actually wanting to do like stickers from every single character I illustrate in 2024. So an example is kind of like Amelia the Mouse or my little bumblebees, or if I do reiterations of my black cat stickers. I want to make a collection here to kind of wrap up 2024. So that's kind of my plan there. And then this is going to be my year of reading. We actually need to go through and fill out the first week of this. Yesterday, so the 7th, was the only day that I got about 5 to 10 minutes. The rest have been 25 minutes plus. So let's go ahead and do that now. So let's see, 5 to 10 minutes is going to be this yellow color from Primrosia. And then this is the only thing I'm tracking here in this yearly spread. So the rest is here. So I'm just going to use up the entire line to do this. I'm not tracking anything else in here. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I just wanted one concrete place for me to share, like, or just see even like how much I had been reading throughout the year. I think that would be really awesome. I really thought about a mood tracker, but honestly for me, I have a lot of days that like will either start really amazing or I get in my own head and then things happen and I just don't feel as amazing. And I don't know, we're working on that. That's a work in progress. But for now, I think it would make me feel better and happier to see how much I've been reading. And I do have a reading goal of 60 books this upcoming year, so I thought that was pretty important. And then every month, I just accented it with little stickers from my shop. I really like October because I used my little Howdy Ghost, and I love it. And yeah, so that is my yearly reading tracker. This was the December spread, but instead I wanted to turn it into an idea of like 31 new things that I would do this year. So for the first new thing I would do of the year, you know, I'll write the activity down and then maybe a little bit about it, or like a sticker or a doodle or something like that. And I don't know, just I've noticed that I have kind of gotten in this routine of wake up, personal time for myself, and then it goes right into just work. And then when I get off work, I go to dinner, and then I take care of the dogs, and then I go to bed. So I think this is a good incentive for me to, like, if we try a new restaurant or whatever, like, this doesn't have to be crazy, you know, we fly to Disney World or something crazy. It just can be little things that are new. So I wanted a way to kind of no, that's not the word. I don't know. I wanted a way to remember those new things that I did. So these are January things that I need to plan. I kind of had some change of plans, so I haven't filled out my monthly spread yet. So let's go ahead and jump to the weekly. Sorry, my cat. He says it's time for some attention. So right off the bat, I definitely went the minimalist, or not minimalist, way the opposite. I definitely went a maximalist route for this, and I did not mean to at all. Also, I forgot we need to fill in some of my waters. So for these, oh, okay, thank you. Here, just stay right here. There you go. So for these, I'm just doing random colors. It doesn't matter or have like any correlation at all. And I have gotten all 3 of my water containers except again for Sunday. So I know, easy to fill in. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is my weekly spread, and I definitely went for a more maximalist on accident. I also experimented with a lot of things, so kind of, I guess, break it down day by day, make it a little bit easier to see. So on day 1, I experimented with my Klena and it's in like the 04 size. So this actually worked out really well for me. I did here on this like wake up bar, that was done with this pen, which is a Klena 07 Energel. I don't remember. I think that's just it. Oh, it's a pearl. That's what it is. It's a pearl. And it is the needle tip, and I really, really love this pen, but wow, that 07 was just way too much bleed through for me. So I went back to the Klena 04 for the rest of this, just that one wake up is, the pearl. So everything else was good. I did learn that I needed to highlight first and then write on top of the highlight. And then once I did that, it definitely looked a lot cleaner, and I'm really happy with that. Something else I figured out was that my stickers are huge. So I make all of my own stickers and everything. I have a stationery shop. And a lot of these stickers, like, the little stars, maybe the mushroom, the light candle, some littler ones, like those will work here on the side, kind of like where this one is. But for the most part, these are huge. These are way, way too big for the weekly spread. So I'm so sorry if you have been looking for tiny stickers and I've only had large ones. So I am currently going through and formatting every single sticker sheet I have into a mini size, which is about this size. These little coffee, right there, that little matcha. Those are all mini sticker sheets for my shop, and those are the perfect size. So I'm not ready to give up the whole like deco of it. I just need them smaller. So that was something I realized immediately on day 1 as well. And then also military time is very hard for me. So I'm working on learning. So like you can see like there's little pencil marks of where I had to pencil in the time so that I can, help me learn a little bit. I did track my work, and I'm wanting to do this every single week so that I can see how much I'm working. Again, part of that thing that I'm falling into a lot is working, and no personal time and all of that. So I'm really wanting to stay on top of that. I worked 38 hours this past week for the first week of January. And honestly, I would say that was even a super easy week for me. I don't even feel like I worked a lot. So I wonder what I've been working in the past to make a 40-hour work week essentially feel easy. I don't know. So I definitely want to keep better track of that. I need a better work-life balance. Okay, so moving on to day 2, I kind of got the swing of things. I definitely learned the highlight first right on top. Felt really good about that. Day 3, still the same. I realized obviously I'm not awake for 24 hours a day, so I've been using stickers to block out the time in the morning and the time in the evening, and I'll use this to track my daily water intake. I like this a lot better than tracking it over here. Same thing here. I'm kind of getting more in the groove, if you can kind of tell. It's not quite as maximalist for this day. And then here I use this sticker, and then I realized how huge it was, but I just kept it. It's fine. Another giant sticker. This was a super rainy and misty day. I'm definitely not sad about that like my little Amelia is, but it's fine. Here, definitely back to the more maximalist. And then, for our last day on Sunday, this was definitely more of a hangout in the living room kind of day, which I'm not mad about at all. So one thing I have realized is with this kind of layout is that I really don't have a lot of room for my to-do lists. I'm wanting to save my daily spreads for more journaling, reflections, and thoughts. So that meant for me that I needed a place to be able to dump my to-do list, which has been this little handy notebook. So this is actually a hand-me-down from my husband. It's his. I have a little key here. It was just a little impulse buy at the register. And so I have my key here. And then what I'm doing is every day I am doing my to-do list and I'm writing it out, but I'm also doing like some doodles, and I really like this little fireplace. I'm just trying to make my to-do list a little less serious, I guess you could say. I really put a lot of pressure on myself to make my to-do list 10 miles long, and if I don't complete anything, then I feel really bad about myself, and it's just not a great mind loop that I'm in. And so I wanted a way to be able to kind of take the seriousness out of it. And here's a switch to 2024. So here was that first Monday, Tuesday, and then Friday went across both days, Sunday, and then today, which is Monday. So I feel like this is a really good place for me to kind of get those tasks out of my brain without cluttering up my weekly spreads, and still allow me the time and the space to put more of like my journaling thoughts here in my daily spreads. So for my daily, this was day 1 when I was still experimenting. This is the Clina 04 again, and this is where I was using up some of those bigger stickers, and I wrote a ton because I was just kind of journaling about the new start, the fresh start feeling. I did use some of this up here for tracking and kind of like what I did for my workout that day, that kind of thing. I really do like this. It is a lot. It's a lot of writing, but that's okay. I'm very long-winded when I write anyways, so that's another reason why I wanted the full space for deco and writing rather than clutter it up with my to-do lists. For day 2, I'm experimenting with some thoughts. So I did like a little thought section, and I also did a little book section. I started Daughter of No Worlds, book 3. It is this one, Mother of Death and Dawn. I'm really working, like, not to get too crazy into my books and everything, but I'm really working hard on reading books that I've been putting off for a long time. And I think I'm doing that because I just don't want the stories to be over. And this was definitely one of those scenarios. I read book 1 and book 2 literally in like 2 or 3 days. And then, you know, when it came to this one, book 3, the last book in the series, I started it and then I just could not, my cat is saying hi again, but I started it and I just could not get myself to keep going with it because I just wasn't ready for the world to be over. So I'm really working hard on focusing on that this year. So I wanted to, you know, mark down that I had started this book. I also had started a self-help book because I did start 75 Soft, and it was The Subtle Art by Mark Manson, I believe is his name. Wow, that book was a wow for me. I literally got like 5% in, not even past the introductory section. And I was like, I don't think this is going to be for me. And then I pushed through and I was like, you know what? It's fine. Maybe I need this. So I kept reading. Here, you're okay. Just sit beside me. So I kept reading and immediately I could just tell like the author seemed to be doing like kind of shock value examples and metaphors and stuff just for the sake of shock value. Nope. So wrote that down, hated that. Immediately just DNF'd that book. In 2024, I'm DNFing books that I don't enjoy or don't do it for me, and that did not. Here I wanted to kind of experiment with chunks of text like in paragraphs rather than one full block. I'm still doing my deco. I'm doing little bits now of paper just to see kind of what that would do to like my thickness of the page and things like that. And then here my Clina 05 nib came in, and it's honestly a big difference. I will say, spoiler alert, the Clina 05 does not end up working for me because it has almost just as much bleed as my 07 Pearl did. So I'm just going to stick with either my Clina or this preppy fountain pen. So really, I'm just experimenting a lot this first week. And then, let me scoot this over. So here I wanted to experiment with kind of like a listy type of thing over here on the full left-hand side. So we have reflections over here, and then I wanted to kind of brainstorm some ideas that had just been like floating around in my head. These aren't necessarily like serious per se, like literally restart my Animal Crossing island. So, you know, it's just, I don't want to take myself too seriously with my lists and things in here. But yeah, I'm still doing the paragraphs and things like that. I did play around with like a little bit of a to-do list down here, and I like it, but I don't know. I think I'd rather just keep it all in here because it's very easy for me to roll over tasks as I need it. On the 5th, I did the exact same thing. So this is with the 05 nib, trying my 05 Plena. And yeah, there was just way too much bleed for me, but that's okay. Still doing the reflections, still playing around with a list. Here, I needed a name for this collection, and I was kind of brainstorming various sticker sheets that could go in the collection. And then again with the paragraphs, I really do think I like this a lot. I feel like it kind of, I don't know, it doesn't make it look as aggressive as this does. And I don't know, this is definitely not more like stream of consciousness, and my first day was. So it's nice to have the paragraphs for rereading's sake as well. On the 6th, again, playing around with a smaller section of reflections / highlights. My friend Taylor had told me that I was doing really well with my BA group, and that just meant a lot to me because I've been working really hard. My husband surprised me with some flowers, and then I smeared my little bullet point, so I covered it up with some stickers. And then I have my like Sunday reset idea. And then all of this was done with my Preppy fountain pen, and I really like that. I kind of like how it honestly dries a little bit more gray compared to like the black of the Klena. And then for Sunday, I went with more of a functional, I guess you could say, like this is something I want to remember and come back to. So I gave it its own little section. I did write down my tasks, but again, I think I honestly prefer the booklet, just being able to roll over the tasks easily. My water intake actually was, let's just say, half of what I actually had my goal for. But yeah, so journaling and all that good stuff, and that is all I've done so far. I do plan on doing a little plan with me video for today and this coming week. So my second week in my Hobonichi Cousin, I want to do like a little plan with me type of video, and I will be posting that on the 14th on Sunday. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and, I don't know, kind of exploring the Hobonichi with me. I have really, really, really been loving this book, and I can't wait to see, you know, what the rest of the year looks like in this. Don't mind the cattail. I can't wait to see what the rest of the year looks like. I'm just really, really excited. I haven't felt this excited about a book in just so long. I just love it so much, truly. And I feel like, honestly, it inspires me a lot. And I'm just really excited to keep going. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you again soon.